Okay, this is 3.5 transformations. This is a little confusing. So you're going to want to go and watch this over the weekend. Unless this is next year and we're not doing it before the weekend. You're still going to want to go and watch it. Because it's a lot of different, it's very simple concepts, but it's just putting a lot of stuff together. So the more you see it, the better you're going to get it. What type of line has a zero slope? What type of line? Horizontal. The floor. This has a zero slope. And it'll be flatter than that. So when x equals -1, what does f of -1 equal? It does equal a +2. -5 times -1 is +5. 5 minus 3 is 2. What kind of line has an undefined slope? Vertical. And it would be straighter than that. Okay, so here we go. We are going to graph these two lines. So this one has a y-intercept of +2. So I go to +2 and I put a dot. Then I'm going to go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. And that is my blue line. And then I'm going to do my red line. I'm going to make this one red, but I'm going to do it on the same graph. So I go to -1, and same thing. I go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Now, the slopes are exactly the same. It's just the y-intercepts have been changed. That makes these lines parallel. Parallel lines are like railroad tracks. They'll never cross. So describe how the functions changed from f of x to g of x. Now, when I see f of x, I can't keep it straight. Which one is f of x? So this is what I do. Whenever I see f of x, I write 1/2 x plus 2. G of x is 1/2 x minus 1. So the slopes are the same, right? Well, it's the only thing that changed. The y-intercept. So what happened? How did we change? Which one is f of x? F of x is the blue one. So you want to label this. This one is f of x. This one is g of x. And it's asking us, how did it change from f of x at +2 to g of x at -1? So look how I changed. I moved down 1, 2, 3. I moved down 3, right? I went down 3. Right? My y-intercept went down 3. That's why you want to label stuff. From f of x to g of x is down 3. So, if g of x is 1/2 x minus 1 equals f of x, which is 1/2 x plus 2, plus k, what is the value of k? How do I make these equations here? See this equation and this equation? How do I make those equal? What do I have to make k to make these two equations equal? How do I make 1/2 x plus 2 become 1/2 x minus 1? What do I add to +2 to make it -1? What do I do? -3, yeah. So what does k equal? Yes, because 1/2 x plus 2 minus 3 equals 1/2 x minus 1. The only thing I can combine is the 2 minus 3. So k is what I'm going to add to f of x, in this case subtract, to make it equal to g of x. I'm telling you, this is confusing, isn't it? It's a lot of stuff that you guys are very unfamiliar with. Stick with it. Stick with it. Okay. So let's go to the next one. Now this says h of x equals f of x minus 4. So I have to find where f of x is. So I got to go back and get f of x. F of x is 1/2 x plus 2, right? So instead of f of x, I go 1/2 x plus 2. Then I go minus 4. And this is what h of x equals. So now I combine like terms. Here are my like terms. I combine them. What is 2 minus 4? 1/2 x minus 2. That is h of x. Now I can graph this. I go to negative 2. Up 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. Connect my dots. Bam. There it is. We good. We good. We good. We good. Okay. So hold on, just for the video's sake, because I don't want to make this video too long. I'm going to skip to here, to number 19. All of those concepts are the same thing. So practice those. If you have any questions, please come in. But let's look here at 19. What is going on between this -1 and f of x? That's being multiplied. So let's go back. Let's find f of x is right here. F of x is 2x plus 3. And they're asking you, what must you multiply both slope and y-intercept of f of x to get g of x? What do you have to multiply to this to get g of x? 2. You just multiply this by 2. So you have to do this. It has to multiply everything. Then you distribute the 2, you get 4x plus 6. So right here is the same thing. It's -1 times, what was it, 2x? 2x plus 3. 2x plus 3. So this is what h of x equals. So h of x equals -2x minus 3. So at first you had 1, 2, 3, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. That, my friends, was f of x, okay? Now you multiplied it and you got h of x, 1, 2, 3, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Now that is h of x. I'm telling you, you have to label this stuff. All right? So you can add k to this stuff, or you can multiply k to this stuff. All right? Okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to come in. Love you. Have a nice day. Oh, bye-bye.